Digital versus analog marketing. Hi, I'm Brian Pombo. Welcome back to Brian J. Pombo Live. Today, I keep having these weird things show up in camera, and I don't notice until I start recording. I've got a cardboard box here that is trying to get in on my podcast, and you can't do that. I'm sorry. So, let's talk about digital versus analog marketing, okay? This conversation always goes on. Every time there's a new technology, every time there's a different way of referring to marketing, we try and act like it's somewhat different just because it's being delivered in a slightly different way than where it was before. Really, it's always been the same thing. And a great example of this, there's a link that I'm putting in the description, and you could check it out wherever you're watching this. You can check it out here or check it out on one of the over at brianjpombo.com is going to be the easiest place to check it. And go and look this up. This is an article over at Digital Marketer by Mark de Grasse. It's called "It's Just Marketing. You Can Stop Using the Word Digital Now." Okay, and I want to give a shout out to the folks over at Cream City Marketing for posting a link to this. This was actually an article that came out last month, but I missed it. So having them pointed out to me, I thought that was pretty good. The whole point of the article, it uses Elon Musk as an example. So Elon Musk of SpaceX, I'm not sure if you realized it or heard this or not, but he got the NASA contract for building the new lunar lander, and he beat out Amazon.com's, not Amazon.com specifically, but Jeff Bezos, his company Blue Origin was also putting in for it, and one or two others were also putting in for it. Elon was able to get past them, and the writer of this article is basically saying that everything that he did was very modern and not typical marketing that most people would consider offline or all these big giant outrageous marketing things. It was very intentional and very direct, and that's why Elon was able to get it. And he said this is going to be the trend from here on out. And also the fact that because digital has become so huge, especially because of the COVID crisis, because digital has completely taken over our lives, we really can't say that it has any comparison to the analog world, which I agree and I disagree at the same time. I think that it's true for the most part, but that even makes analog, anything that is non-digital, anything that is not online, it makes it 10 times more powerful because fewer people are using it. And if you can direct those pieces in just the right way, along with the digital aspect, that's full-on marketing. It really doesn't matter the delivery device. The delivery device is just whatever the best way is of reaching your market with the right message. That's all that it is, and that all we're talking about is a delivery device. But he makes a really good point about all the different pieces that have come together just over the last handful of years, the last 20, 30 years, and how things have changed. So it's a good article, worth looking into. Once again, thanks to the folks at Cream City Marketing for posting that. And that's all I've got for tonight. You just got to remember, when it comes to digital versus analog, it doesn't matter. What matters is reaching your audience with your message. That's what marketing is all about. So keep that in mind. Don't get hung up on the details. It's all marketing. And he's saying this from the Digital Marketer Company, which Ryan Dice and the guys there have always made a point that marketing is marketing. Digital marketing is just a concept. You got to get beyond those concepts and realize what you're really trying to do in the long run. What you're trying to do is reach out and touch somebody. You're trying to get a message to Garcia. You're trying to just get the piece out to somebody and get them to act. That's the whole point. Keep that in mind. Don't complicate things. Hey, go check out my book, 9 Ways to Amazon Proof Your Business. You can get a free copy at amazonproofbook.com. I'll be back tomorrow, In the meantime, get out there and let the magic happen.